Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our next workshop in this series that use YouTube to grow your website with our hosts, Roberto Martinez and Rocio Flores. Thank you so much for registering and participating. I remember at the end of this workshop, we're going to ask you to give a review. That if you do review our presenter, then Google will be more open to sharing additional workshop series with us. I'm getting a lot of feedback and everyone's really excited about the content that they've learned, and we're really excited on how we're going to learn to use YouTube to optimize our businesses. So I'll hand it off to our host, Rocio Flores from Bella Emprendedoras. Rocio has been creating an increasing directory of local Latina businesswomen. So we're really excited for this partnership. And thank you very much, Rocio, for helping facilitate this workshop.
Thank you, Diana. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. I love that we have the series of workshops for you all. And of course, grateful to Roberto and Google. My name is Rocio Flores, as Diana had mentioned. And my organization is Brillantes Emprendedoras Latinas de Los Angeles, also known as BELLA. It's a long title, and so we created this acronym that I think reflects the beauty of our Latinidad and our Latina emprendedoras in our community. And so, as Diana had mentioned, we have a directory, we share resources, grant information, we have our own grant fund that we're raising money for currently to be able to support Latina women in our local communities in Los Angeles. So I'm really excited for this partnership and to be here with all of you. And so please stay connected to us as well. And now I'd like to introduce Roberto Martinez, a longtime friend, an incredible leader in our community, a beautiful story that he has that drives him in his purpose-driven leadership and organization and his work at Google. So Roberto Martinez, I hand it over to you.
Rocio, I'll slide the $20 bill underneath the desk when I see you. Like, here you go. Gracias. Very kind words. I appreciate you, Rocio. I appreciate you, Diana. I appreciate the goddesses that are here joining us and the kings and the queens here joining us today. Very excited to be here today. I will present my screen so you get started. We have a bunch of slides. As Rocio was mentioning, my name is Roberto Martinez. You will call me Robert, Rob, but not Bob and Bobby, or Roberto, whatever is easier for you. I'm very excited to be here today to talk about YouTube. The reason why is because the Google offices are finally opening back up, and I'm very excited about that. Post-pandemic, we were kind of hedging our bets and realizing when should we open up the spaces. So the good news is now we can go back and work from those offices if we want. And if that's happening in the near future, we can actually invite folks to the Google space. And I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully by the fall. So my hope is that by October, November, the Google offices will allow guests to come in and we can start talking about hosting you all at the Google Venice or Google Irvine or Google Playa Vista, or even the YouTube office, who knows? In any case, who am I? What am I doing in front of you? Me llamo Roberto Martinez. I am a Google Digital Coach. I've been doing this for 4 years. I'm actually a state now, not just LA, cover the whole state of California. I've been working with Google for the past 4 years, helping humanize the Google brand. And what does that mean? That means I'm here to be your advocate. I'm here to champion your cause as an entrepreneur, as a Latina who's growing her presence online and growing her sales online. I'm here to bring back your message to the representatives at Google and tell them, we need more content in Espanol. We need you guys to give us access to different spaces to activate these spaces. We need you to help us show up in our community. So if you have any questions regarding our workshop today, all around YouTube, feel free to shoot me an email at robertomar@google.com. You can follow me on social media and LinkedIn. Feel free to follow me. I'm always happy to network. If you have any questions or any network contacts that you'd like me to connect you with, I'm happy to do that. Okay, so I'm not going to dive into my story because this is a freaking 46 slide presentation. So it's quite a lot of content that we're going to be covering. And I want to make sure I get you guys out in front of your dinner table. Hopefully you guys ate dinner already, but if not, get you guys sitting with your loved ones for dinner. So what is this particular slide, and why do I start with this slide? Well, the reason why is because if you are an entrepreneur and you want free quote unquote space to go shoot your videos and your product line, and you want to grow that presence and have professional advisors, professional products, professional equipment, if you reach 10,000 followers on YouTube, you get to have access to the Google YouTube space right next door to LAX at no cost. It's completely free. Now, again, it comes with a caveat. Obviously, right now, post-pandemic, we're still waiting a little bit, but I'm telling you, by October, fingers crossed that the space opens up and it gives you access to the amazing space that they have here in Playa Vista so that you can shoot your video whenever you want. Okay, with that, we're going to talk about a little bit why YouTube is so important and why you and I should definitely create the time, energy, and budget to use YouTube to reach our customer. And so the first one is everyone uses YouTube. Everyone absolutely loves YouTube because of why? We love videos. We love other platforms that have videos. We know over 2 billion users use YouTube a given month. And not only that, Latinos and Latinas, we over-index. All that fancy term means is that we are more likely to use YouTube than any other population segment in the United States. We love YouTube. So if you're trying to go after your community and talk to the people where they're at YouTube. They're learning about YouTube. And what do I say learning? Because 85% of users on YouTube want fresh and new content because they're constantly consuming that content and learning from YouTube. Like whenever anything happens, whenever I have a new recipe or whenever I have a cookout and I don't know how to make something, I go to YouTube. So it allows you to learn immediately. And let's say you have a new product line or you want to educate someone on your product line. It's a perfect space to communicate your new product. The unboxing of products or services that you might have, you can definitely use that to unbox and demonstrate to your amazing community just what you're selling online and continuously educate the customer. So our agenda, while it looks small, there's a lot of slides here. How do we create a YouTube channel? How do we add videos to your channel? How do you promote your business with video ads? And then we're going to recap it. Before we start, I would love if some of you guys just chat me right here and start telling me where are you guys visiting us from and what kind of business do you have? Because it's going to help me fine-tune the presentation. It's going to help me make it more relevant to you as a business owner. Okay, so I'll start. I have a marketing agency and I have a CRM company as well, a software company as well. And I'm based out of Long Beach, California. Obviously it's LA County, but it's based out of Long Beach, California. And so when we start talking about creating your own YouTube space and creating your own YouTube channel, what are we talking about? We're talking about signing into YouTube with your Gmail account and clicking on sign in and then creating a channel so that you can upload videos the moment you shoot them on this little device, which is your mobile phone. And by doing so, you can start creating content that people digest, learn, and listen in an organic manner. And that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you as an entrepreneur are informing your customers on all the different products and services that they can buy from you. So how do we go about creating that channel? Let's get right into it. All right. Oops. So we start with signing in. Then we go to a link underneath your sign in that says create a channel. And you click on that. Once you click on that, it takes you to this page, which allows you to customize your channel in a way that's intuitive and easy to manage. And that's what we want. We want to be able to update and manage the information that we're providing to the customer the moment we can. And the powerful thing here is that you get to customize it as you see fit. And if you get enough followers, you can even monetize, meaning you can even get paid for uploading videos on your YouTube. And so what's the first thing we want to do? We want to go in there and start creating our content, our verbiage, our brand, our look, our style on our YouTube studio channel. The YouTube channel, they call it your studio because it allows you to upload and learn how to develop out a video in real time. It even provides you with analytics that tells you how many people saw your video, how many people engaged with your video, what was the demographics, were there men, were there women, where were they located? Even, again, if you get enough visitors, they give you a certain amount of money per view. So you can monetize your channel to make money, not just sell your products, but actually make money. And so the first thing we want to do, we want to update our information and customize our channel. And how do we do that? We go to layout, and then we start filling in information so that the channel reflects our business. So again, if you guys are selling a product, you guys could talk about the type of product that you guys are selling, and it could be, purses. And so you could say, this year we have a 2022 release of these type of purses, or maybe you have a type of purse that's vegan, or maybe you have a certain type of purse that is for the summer, and summer's coming up, so you release that video for summer. All this allows the customer to learn about you. On top of that, you could talk about your actual company. For example, Goddess Mercado. You can start talking about the collaborative that you guys created on YouTube so that people can sell it. Wow, that looks like an amazing collaborative. How do I partner with them? And how do I learn more? They go to your YouTube channel. And so we're going to go in there and we're going to start branding our content. And what does that mean? That means we're going to go in and start using the logo that we created, the Goddess Mercado logo, the banner image, which is that little image on the very top of YouTube that allows you to see how your brand looks. So that when the customer lands on your page, they're like, oh, I know exactly what this is about. This is about Goddess Mercado. Or like, I love baking, so I follow a lot of baking channels. And so when I land on the baking channel, I know exactly which type of baking channel it is. Maybe it's for desserts, maybe it's for Southwestern cooking, whatever that happens to be. We want to update the profile pictures. We want to update the banner images so that it reflects our business and reflects the type of business we have, so the customer is completely aware of what we are all about. Within this page, you have what's called the basic information, and that's when you add the description of your business. Now, this piece is extremely important. Why? Because it's like your website. And what do I mean by that? Well, Google is the world's largest search engine. You guys know what the second largest search engine in the world happens to be? Any wild guesses? I'll give you a clue. It starts with a Y and it ends with a 2.
Yahoo.
Close. YouTube. YouTube is the world's second largest search engine. And so when you type right here on the search bar for a certain product or service or maybe music video, it populates it according to what you described in your channel and what you described on the video. So that's going to match them up. It's going to say, wow, this person wrote this particular word. Let's see what the description says about their channel, and let's see what kind of videos they have that speaks to this specific need that the person used on the search. So that's why it's important to take some time and realize what exactly can we update here as a descriptor. So here's a clear-cut example of a customized channel. We have DIY creators, and this individual creates different types of products and services yourself. So it teaches you how to create, different woodworks, desks, chairs, boom boxes, you name it. And so here you have your banner ad that tells me exactly what you're about. Here you have your what's called your icon or your thumbnail, and that's considered your profile picture. And then you have what's called your video spotlight, which is the first video you want people to see. This is like your trailer. You want to think about it like a movie. You know, when you go to a movie theater, there's a bunch of trailers before they get to the main show. This is the trailer that you're going to upload and educate your customers so they could know what to expect if they log on to your channel. Now, you can see DIY Creators has over 2.9 million, almost 3 million users subscribed to his channel. So he's making money now. Anytime you get over 100,000 subscribers, you're monetizing and you're bringing in revenue for your company. And so that's the power here. It humanizes the brand. So the other thing we could do once we create our channel is segment out the channel according to group selections. So let's keep using the example of Goddess Mercado. We'll segment the segments into purses, or businesses, right? So we can literally go in there and say, okay, this month we're going to talk about only this business. The following month, we're going to talk about that business. And the following month, we can do the same. Now, let's say you own a retail store and you sell purses, shirts, lip gloss, and accessories, hats, boots. Each month, you can create videos on those product lines. And so you group them into examples within the YouTube channel. That way, the customers will know exactly what they're going to get when they go in there. Now, once we create and add videos to the channel, how do you go about doing that? And that is very easy to do. Many, many moons ago, this is 1990s, I would say early 2000s, you would have to pay a lot of money to get a video production team to come out, shoot your location, create the content, and then give you the video. It used to cost us, in the tens of thousands to have this type of production. But now, thanks to our little devices and our little, handheld portable sticks, we can actually shoot videos in the comfort of our home at a high quality. And that's extremely important because it means it kind of customized the capability of creating videos and made some people superstars based on how interactive and how great they are in front of a camera. And all they needed to do is have a phone that they can use. And by now, your phone very well, the high quality pictures. There's a lot of free software out there that you can leverage to create those channels. So when we start thinking about creating our channels and we start thinking about creating the content for our channels, we want to think about a few things. The first thing that we want to think about is how do we go about doing this? So the way you want to segment this out is pre-production, production, and post-production. 60 to 70% of your work starts in pre-production. And what do I mean by that? That's the part when we start thinking about our channels. Whoops. And so when we talk about the concept, what is it that we're shooting for? Why is it that we're shooting for? How do we tell the story? This is the pre-production phase. So an example that I would have for you is it's Mother's Day coming up. That's the concept. And we're trying to sell products to Mother's Day. Maybe what we'll do is we'll create stories around how we can make Mother's Day special. Here are 5 tips on how to make Mother's Day special by shopping locally. That's the concept. Now, you're going to tell a story using Goddess Mercado by saying, we have an amazing boutique shop that has the right present for you as a mom. And we're going to interview 3 business owners within Goddess Mercado to talk about how their particular gift is perfect for your mother or mother-in-law. And so you start concepting around those ideas. You always have to have a purpose, and you always have to have a lead anchor or a lead personality that's going to be the one directing. Every video you see, there's always the anchor or the star of the conversation, and then they're the ones interviewing. If you want to do an interview style, if you want to do an organic way where everyone's talking, then you could split up the attention. But you always want to think about who is the center of the content that you're creating and how are they championing your concept for the wider consumption of the audience. And so how do we tell a business story? Great, quick and dirty, 30 to 60 seconds. You're going to go in front of the computer and in front of your phone. You're going to have someone shoot it for you. And then you're going to tell who you are, what you're about, and why people should buy from you, right? And that is your elevator pitch in video format. And it's extremely easy to do. This is the first touch point that the customer is going to have of you. So you could be very creative. You could be very stylish. This is where you get to doll yourself up. When you think about that, how do we recommend you develop out a product or service story that's different? Let's say you're selling glasses. Let's say you're selling earphones, whatever it is that you're selling. We recommend to keep it nice and tight. These are like what we call bite-sized pieces, because the average consumer doesn't spend a lot of time on the video if you want them to have a bite-sized piece of information. And also, if you don't pay for YouTube, in other words, there's a YouTube Prime subscription that you can pay to skip ads. Typically, you have to stay on YouTube anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds before you can skip the ad. So by having your product and your service be within the 15-30 minute range, it allows you to get in front of the customer before they advance their video, if you decide to promote it. The other thing is, people love short stories, and it's like a teaser video to dive in to the rabbit hole that is your amazing company. And so a lot of times, a lot of content creators and what other third-party channels have done really well for is create bite-sized videos that allow you to hook the audience right away, get them into your video platform and your channel, and then have them consume. Because what you see the moment they consume that video is that they self-select. They're like, okay, this is a cool video. I wonder what else that they have. And they start clicking around your channel. And that's the beauty of YouTube. If you create enough content, you have them might want to talk about shirts. And then they're like, oh, she has something about boots. And I always wanted to buy boots. And they go to boots. And then they go like, oh, what about purses? They talk about vegan purses. That's something. And they start digging through your inventory. And there is no rhyme or reason where they're going to go. But the most important thing is to get them inside so they could see and review your content. Now, when you think about promotional story, this is when you are selling something, when you're saying, hey, you know what? We have a grand opening, which just happened last month. We want you to come out. We want to see you there. We're going to be giving everything away for 5% off or 10% off. The first 50 people to show up also get an additional 5% off. That's an example of a promotional story that resonates with the audience if you want to focus on that. The other thing you could focus on is different events that you're attending that you want people to show up. Those 15 to 30 seconds, get to the point. Who's the star? What's the purpose? And how do you create that video? Super easy to do with that phone that you have right now. And I know some of you guys are actually logged in and using the phone as a way to connect to this particular webinar. You can use the same phone for making those videos. Now, what are some best practices that we can use to communicate to our audience? Clear and concise. Now, this is a little bit hard, and it sounds easier than it is. I'm ashamed to say, well, I'm really proud of the fact that I've trained with Google and they've helped me fine-tune my messaging and how I communicate. But there's a video out there where I got over 2 million views in the video. And you see the video, it's 5 minutes, maybe 5.5 minutes. It took us as a team 3 hours, 2.5 hours to shoot a 5-minute video. It's a labor of love. And so what do I mean by it sounds easier than it is? It's knowing what your key message is. Keep it at 3. The rule of 3 applies here. Short and concise. I would do bullet points. What are your 3 bullet points? You always want to hook them in the very beginning. So if you go through YouTube and you go through TikTok and you go through all these other channels, what do? They get your attention right away with like screens, with flashes, with music. So within the first 5 seconds, you want to wake the audience up, either by your voice, by a sound, or by engagement. 5 reasons why you, in tonality, you toned your voice down and it caused me to focus on what are you actually saying. 5 reasons how you're going to save by going to Goddess Mercado. Or 1 is the only reason you need to show up at this webinar. 1 thing, scaling your business. And so that calls attention to the audience. And so you need to use these different tips and tricks to really compel the customer. And the most important thing that I see a lot of YouTubers forget is the call to action. What do you want them to do once they're here? Thank you for joining us today. I want you to, it's very stereotypical, crush that like button, follow us, whatever that call to action happens to be. Super important to do. You always want to have them have something to do after the video is over. And the other thing you could do is you could do bookends and you could start saying, we have 30 seconds today to talk to you about how you're going to save 5% off on your next purchase at Goddess Mercado, but only after you stay with us for the first 20. And now you entice them to want to stay the whole 30 seconds. And so different things like that are best practices to get the customer engaged and resonate with them so that they could stay and listen to what you have to say. So common things that, yes, you have a question? No one? Okay, cool. So common techniques, selfie, obviously backdrop, a green screen, super inexpensive. I've seen them anywhere from $80 to $100. Voiceover, you could go to Fiverr and have voiceovers, which allow you to have just videos on the front end, and then on the back end, have someone talking over those videos. This is something that we, as a team, are working through as well. And this makes it more professional, because what you can do is just record the first 5 to 10 seconds and then just have a bunch of split images coming in and out. And I'll show you an example a little bit later of how that would look like. Top down allows you to be able to scroll through the type of message as the information is coming through. So we're keeping engaged on the image. Point and shoot is a camera. I forgot the terminology. I'm not DLCR, I think it's called. Obviously in action, that's a little bit more difficult. Text and animation. So what you're seeing here is a lot of movement, right? A lot of control of the back screen, so you could juxtapose things in the background, and professional audio voicing. Okay, certain things we absolutely must control for. The space. You have to control your space. You are the creator of this world right now when you're shooting a video. You control everything that is seen. You control everything that is heard. And so you want to have, you're almost like a benevolent God that's saying, okay, this is the space that we're going to shoot in. We're going to control that piece. I want a flower here. I want a plant there. I want the purse here. And you're setting everything up. Like my mom likes to say, fríamente calculado. Everything's going to be set up exactly how you want it. The lighting is extremely important. Natural light's the best, which means like the golden hour or really early in the morning, because in the middle of the day, you burn out. That's why you see a lot of studios have a lot of lighting. And I have a lot of lighting right now as I speak. Really important to show different lights so you don't create shadows. And the last piece is control for the audio. People absolutely can pick up on the audio. So investing in a mic is definitely of value. The other thing is projection and speaking confidently. No one wants to hear a soft voice that they have to lean into, or someone that's not confident in how they're speaking. When you speak with conviction. You're an entrepreneur. You've created an amazing company. We're proud of you. Keep going. And so we want that passion to come out in a way that's controlled. What's really cool is that the sound, Google has a whole audio library. It's called YouTube Studio's audio library. You could Google it. You could go on YouTube and look it up. And there's all this free audio for you to use as sound effect or music sound over. I don't think that's the right terminology, but yeah, it's the sound that's going on in the background of your video. You see this all the time on different social media channels. This is free. There are copyright infringements that if you use certain audio that they'll cite you for. I'm not going to dive into that because we're not at that level yet, but we can definitely talk about that if you are at that level at another time. So really important, just because you create your video does not mean you have to actually present it in real time. What a lot of content creators do is that they'll control the environment for the day or for the weekend. They'll shoot a lot of segments. And what I mean by a segment, they'll shoot a lot of different snippets and stories in that one day. And they'll have different wardrobes, and they'll go, today they'll take this shirt and then they'll take it off, put another shirt on, take it off, put another shirt on, take it off, put another shirt on. So it could seem like it's on different days, but they'll shoot the whole thing that one day. That's exactly what they did with me. They shot 3 different videos and they tiered it out across the month. That's Monday. Everyone, I think we have someone on the speaker. Can you please mute? Oh, perfect. And so when you're thinking about how to do this, you can start creating a lot of videos and just saving them and uploading them to your YouTube channel, and then spacing them out maybe once a week. Once a month, or maybe twice a month at most. And what you want to do is you want to have consistency. This is the key piece of YouTube or any content. It doesn't matter if it's video, imaging, emails, social. Consistency is key because you're consistently training your customer base when they should be expecting that video. Again, very, very important. You have to think through the title. You have to think about what people are searching for. And so if you think, well, they're searching for Mother's Day gifts, Mother's Day ideas, maybe now it's super hot now. It's like how to stay cool during spring with the latest wardrobe. Maybe that's some videos that you want to create. And people, think about what people are using to type in the Google search engine and the YouTube search engine, because it's a search engine. And what happens is the Google algorithm matches what people are searching for with whatever description, keywords, and phrases you typed in this section here, which is why it's really, really important to think through exactly what you're describing as a video. Now, there's a lot of other elements that you can have. Subtitles allows you to have that capability of having people read what you're saying. End screen, really important as well, because it allows the prospective customer to see other options. And you could upload this like end screen that the video is over. And then there you can add what are called cards, which allows you to promote additional videos on your page. So, you know, when you watch a YouTube video and you're watching it and then it ends and then it has a blank screen and then it has little pop-ups on the top right, and maybe there's one pop-up, two pop-ups, three pop-ups. That is an example of an end screen and cards, because what you want the customer to do is to dive in to your channel and stay on your channel and stay learning about the different products and services that you have. And that's the way you do it. That's a strategy that a lot of YouTubers use to make sure they stay engaged. I might be going really fast. Does anyone have any questions about what I've gone through so far? No questions? All right, great. Okay, so as we're going through a video checklist, YouTube is going to be talking about, okay, you finished the video elements. Was there any copyright infringements? So what does this mean? This means, did you sample a song that you didn't have rights to sample? Did you show images that you didn't have rights to show? Did you show videos that you didn't have rights to show? All that stuff is picked up by the YouTube algorithm and will be flagged if it is in copyright violation. Really important. I'll do a quick check. Nope, no copyright. Okay, now you're ready to actually promote if you want to promote and make it visible. Now, here's the piece that I was talking to you about a little bit earlier. You could save it onto your YouTube studio page and then just tier it out according to a schedule. So you can schedule it out once a month, once a month, once a month, or you can have it private so that only people you send the link to can see it. And so that's a really cool feature where you choose who can watch it and when they can watch it. This allows you to control the videos that you create and how they're expressed across your YouTube channel. Now, once they're done and you're ready to go live and you're ready to run it, what happens? You can promote this across all your social media channels, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, email, and it allows you to communicate to them in real time. And the beauty of this is that once you set that up, you can toggle between the two. If you want to remove the video and you don't want to have it there anymore, you can definitely go back in and toggle off of it and make it unpublished. So you always have complete control over your content. Great question. So, you know, everyone saw how powerful third-party platforms are, like social media, like TikTok. So now YouTube has created that functionality as well to allow you to condense videos to short videos, about 60 seconds or less, using your phone. So you can use and repurpose videos that you might use in third-party channels and upload them to YouTube. So what you saw is that a lot of people who created TikTok videos, what they will do is they will upload them to YouTube as well. Why would you do that? Because now you're getting paid from two different channels. You're getting paid from TikTok and you're getting paid from YouTube. Really, really smart thing to do. So you can, if you already have a third-party channel on IG or TikTok, you could upload those images and those videos onto your YouTube channel so that people can see them. Now, Google will never just give you this information. It's very important for you to learn it as you go. We have something called the YouTube Creator Academy. And it's a quick start for you to learn how to get started with YouTube videos, how to learn how to create content, how to monetize it. It even shows you how to create ad videos if you want to create ad videos. And all this is completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is log in to the YouTube Creator Academy. And again, completely free. As you see on the bottom left, it allows you to go there, creatoracademy.youtube.com. Super easy to do. Okay, let me stop there before I dive into promoting your videos as an ad. Any questions about what we discussed?
Did you answer the question? I think there was one on the chat from earlier from Melina.
Yeah.
Did you answer that one? Okay.
Yeah. And so can you create the link? Can you share the link? Yes, happy to share the link. At the end, you know what? Let me just do it now because I might forget. I'll share it at the end, but if you want, you can take a screenshot right now of the link. Let me go back. And you could just, it's right here, creatoracademy.youtube.com. I'll share it to you at the end of the presentation. Okay, so promoting your business using your YouTube channel. How do we go about doing this? Okay, we have a couple examples. This is a really cute one. We'll see if you guys can hear it. Let me know if you cannot.
Sorry about this morning. Normally, after a surgical procedure, pets typically go home with what's called a cone or an e-collar. My name is Stephanie Seiberg, and I am the owner and developer of Tulane's Closet. When I was in veterinary medicine, I had a lot of clients come and ask me if there was something else out there that they could use. That's how it kind of got started. I had an idea. It's a one-piece post-surgical pet garment. The advantages of the Cover Me by Chewy is that they can eat, sleep a lot easier than wearing a cone. They can actually get through the doggy door. They can relax comfortably. Video can show people what it's made out of, how to put it on, how easy it is to use the potty cover. YouTube, it's great for people that are just starting a new business or small business owners like myself, because we're all on a budget. As you see that business is growing, you can always add to that at any time. We have doubled almost every year since we started in 2013. There's so many people now that really consider their pet their family, and they want them to be comfortable. I think a lot of dogs are a lot happier right now.
So it kind of gives you an idea of the power of video and how you can use video to promote your company. And so YouTube ads will allow you to promote, and this is really powerful for one thing, for brand awareness and brand recognition. And YouTube allows you to focus in on a certain territory. Let's say you want people who are looking for clothes to see your store in Boyle Heights, in Alhambra, in Pasadena, wherever it happens to be. You can just tell YouTube ads, just show my video to people on YouTube in this neighborhood, and they'll allow you to do that. So how can you create videos? What kind of videos would you be able to create using YouTube? There's different types, but these are like the 5 key types. But what you want to think about, there's different focuses for different videos. The first one's called bite, snack, and meal. The bite means quick and dirty, get in there, express what you're all about, and then walk away. Snack is a little bit more involved. And then the meal is fully formed videos. What does this mean to us? This is like a customer journey. The very first type of ad video that you're creating here as a bite is just to let people know, hey, we're here and we exist. So an example of Goddess Mercado would be something like shop local at your local Goddess Mercado today. Boom. Just let them know that you're aware. But then if you start seeing people click more and more on those ads and they want to learn a little bit more, then you create the snack, which is, here's the 7 different business owners within Goddess Mercado we want to tell you about. And then you maybe have them say 2 or 3 things, and that is it. The meal is way more involved. It's talking about, here's the product lines, here's the type of clothing we have, here's the type of purses we have. But as you see here, you're slowly pushing the customer through the customer journey so they get to the point that they buy. But it all starts with the bite. Here's an example. Now, I'm going to skip this one because I don't think it's that great. But I do think what it does show you is how quick a video can be. But I don't think it does a great job. But this is called a bumper ad. It's very quick, 6 seconds. Usually on YouTube, you cannot skip. You have to watch a video at a minimum of 5 seconds before you could skip it. So this allows you to get in front of people and they absolutely have to watch your video. But I think this one does a better job of showing you what a voiceover is. And you don't even have to present yourself. You could just take still images, pictures in essence, of your product lines, and then have a voiceover and then create this video. So let me show you how this one looks. Super quick and to the point. Didn't take longer than 5 seconds, and they didn't have any human beings. It just had music and copy and text, and that is it. You can definitely do that for your own line of business. Now, there's something called a companion ad, and I'm just going to be very quick about this piece. You have your actual ad running, and then on the top right, you have what's called the banner ad that talks about your product line. Again, this is just to have the customer, once they skip the video, to know that your brand is going to be on the very top of all the videos they're watching for that segment of video that they're on. So this helps you, again, see your ad and helps the customer realize, hey, I never knew Goddess Mercado was right here. Had no idea. Okay, just ran through about 50 slides. We have 15 minutes for Q&A. Before I get to the Q&A section, I want to just quickly recap what we have and share the Academy link, because I know you guys asked for it. Let me just get that for you guys. And then review what I just presented and open it up to any questions the community might have. So here's the link to the Creator Academy. And so next steps that we would love for you to take is to start by creating your channel. And I'm going to show you guys how we have our channel so you can have a kind of back end look of what it looks like on our site. The second thing we can do is create and upload a video on that channel and then explore the different resources that allows us to promote that video. Again, there's a lot of different ways you can learn how to create videos. I just linked the Creator Academy that allows you to show them how to use and how to manage videos according to Google. And then the second piece is the actual Ads Academy, which allows you to understand how YouTube uses to promote ads on their YouTube space. If you want to learn more about how to create videos, how to leverage YouTube, there's something called Google Primer, which is a free app that Google has, and you can learn all kinds of things about YouTube, about Facebook, YouTube, about Instagram, about LinkedIn, about all the different channels and how Google can use to leverage those channels to communicate value to your customers. Here's an example of a mini course that you can take that takes anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes to read through, which is called Get Found by More Customers on YouTube. And it literally takes you step by step on how to go about doing this. Again, we'd love to thank you so much for joining us today. If you do have any future questions, I would love to answer them. Want to open up for Q&A and then ask you guys to take a few seconds of your day to provide some feedback to me and tell me what you guys liked about this presentation, what you guys didn't like about this presentation, and how I can improve on this presentation. That said, I am going to take you guys to my YouTube channel so you can have a better idea of how that looks like. So I'm going to log into YouTube. Here's my YouTube personal, or might have read, okay, my personal one. This is, yeah, so here's my library. And this is all the videos that I have shown. And then this is the ones that I actually own. So which ones do I actually have? This is an example of videos that I've created for my channel. So as an example of the video that I have. Oops. Oh, let's go back. So you guys wouldn't believe how much this was. So that gives you an idea of one of the videos we created a couple years ago pre-pandemic. And this was not expensive, if at all. It allowed me to upload this video fairly quickly and communicate to my customer base exactly what I want them to see, which is partner with us. We want to help you grow your company. And so again, gives you a really good idea of what this is all about. So again, highly recommend you go and create your channel. Let us know if you have any questions right now, and then I'll turn it over to Rocio and to Diana and see if they have any questions. And hi, Melina, nice seeing you.
Are there any questions? Anyone have any pending questions for Roberto? By the way, Roberto, those are cool events. And thank you so much for referring to the Goddess Mercado. I'm so inspired by the presentation. And I wanted to thank you for guiding us, for leading us, and also publicly announce to everyone that you were recently appointed to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as one of the board of directors. So congratulations to you. We're also proud of you and looking forward to your representation of us and your leadership, and many blessings to you. So please be sure to write the review for Robert so that Google can continue offering us workshops. And also our next workshop will be on understanding and communicating the value of your business on May the 4th. So we'll see you then. I'm going to send you a reminder tomorrow. If you want to watch this workshop again, we're going to have it up on our Goddess Mercado YouTube channel. And I'll also have more information on Robert, how you can get a hold of him. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off our recording now and hand it off to Rocio, because she's going to give away some cool gifts for the people who actually participated. Thank you. Thanks again, Robert.
Happy to be here.
Go ahead, Rocio.
Sorry, I was trying to find the buttons.